Inasmuch as the servile arts facilitate comfort and leisure, it becomes possible to let oneself be fascinated by beauty and to produce works that aim at nothing but to amaze by giving beauty to contemplate. We are thus witnessing the birth of liberal arts, thus labeled as free, because their work has no other end than itself, its own beauty, which pleases the eye or the ear. Music, for example, occurs simply because it is pleasant to listen to and gives you a variety of emotions. It frees man from the attention to solving the problems of practical life and purifies him from the fears and sorrows he feels excessively. Above all, it gives him the experience of gratuitousness and prepares him to turn his interest to the leisure activities in which consist the happiness to which his nature calls him. The same goes for all liberal arts, painting, sculpture, architecture, poetry. They produce their works for the beauty, pleasant to know, to contemplate. The sensible beauty of these works and the contemplation to which it calls, disposed to hear the call to the contemplation of intelligible beauty, of truth, which will then be found in philosophy, in the discovery and revelation of God. But what is beauty? Lack or deficiency of culture imagines it as a very subjective whim, linked to the pleasure that everyone feels according to his personal taste, developed according to his more or less recommendable habits. Rather, beauty is an objective reality which joins the sensitivity of each one in dependence on the excellence of his education and culture. Beauty consists of an order, a balance, a proportion, a splendor, pleasant to see or to hear. Its perfection delights the mind in advance, acquaints it with gratuitousness, and prepares it to appreciate the corresponding characteristics that it will find in the contemplation of God, his works, and his wills. We spontaneously love what we find beautiful. Now, this concerns more the intelligence than the will, for it is its knowledge that arouses this love and pleasure. It is by its knowledge that one possesses this good, unlike other goods, which one must also know in order to seek them, but whose knowledge is not already their possession, and which must be obtained otherwise. Therefore, says St. Thomas, the senses most interested in beauty are those that provide the most knowledge, such as sight and hearing, put at the service of reason. We talk indeed of beautiful spectacles and beautiful music, but the objects of other senses do not evoke the idea of beauty. We do not talk about beautiful flavors or beautiful smells. This shows that the beautiful adds to the good a relationship to the knowing power. The good is what pleases the appetite purely and simply. The beautiful, what it is nice to know. Beauty, St. Thomas goes on, requires three conditions. First, integrity, or perfection. Truncated things are ugly by the same token. Then the desired proportions, harmony. Finally, the brilliance. Of things that have brilliant color, we like to see that they are beautiful. However, because the perfection that makes beautiful lies in proportion and brilliance that pleases the eye, the ear, or the intelligence that observes them, and that which presents these characteristics can be found even in realities naturally or morally bad, what is beautiful can be bad or false. The beautiful is therefore distinguished from the good and the true. But up to a point, a woman can be physically beautiful while being morally vicious, but her vice carries a disproportion that ultimately makes her ugly. Similarly, a poem, a play, a film can be done well enough artistically to present a relative beauty, though false and bad psychologically and morally. All in all, then, strictly, it is nonetheless ugly.